The gruesome late-term abortions of unborn children who can feel pain is, in my opinion, the greatest human rights atrocity in the United States today. Today's hearing examines H.R. 3803, the District of Columbia Pain-Capable Unborn Child Protection Act. This bipartisan measure has greater than 190 sponsors in the House of Representatives, and it protects unborn children who can feel pain from being subjected to inhumane, torturous, late-term abortions. Medical science regarding the development of unborn babies and their capacities at various stages of growth has advanced very dramatically, demonstrating clearly that unborn children indeed experience pain. The biggest single hurdle to legislation like 3803 is that opponents deny unborn babies feel pain at all, as if somehow the ability to feel pain magically develops instantaneously as a child passes through the birth canal. This level of understanding might be excused in earlier eras of human history, but the evidence available to us today is extensive and irrefutable. Unborn children have the capacity to experience pain at least by 20 weeks and very likely substantially earlier. I will now enter into the record a 29-page summary of the dozens of studies worldwide confirming that unborn children feel pain by at least 20 weeks post-fertilization. This information is available at www.doctorsonfetalpain.org. That's www.doctorsonfetalpain.org. And I recommend that all committee members, their staff, and members of the press review this site to get the most current evidence on unborn pain, rather than to have their understanding cemented in an earlier time when scientists still believed in spontaneous generation and that the earth was flat. This bill regulates all forms of late-term abortions, each of them gruesome and painful. Babies are dismembered or they are chemically burned alive through saline abortion. Some late-term abortionists kill the child in utero through lethal injection before removing the child, and this can be done with the physician puncturing the small, pain-capable baby through the chest to inject drugs that will end the child's life. Now, most Americans think that late-term abortions are rare, but in fact they make up about 10% of abortions annually. With an average of greater than 1.2 million abortions in the U.S. each year, that comes to approximately 120,000 late-term abortions annually, or greater than 325 late-term abortions every day in America. H.R. 3803 is long overdue, and it's a law which protects unborn children who have reached 20 weeks development from abortionists on the basis that the unborn child feels pain by at least this stage of development, if not much earlier. The bill provides an exception where an abortion is necessary to save the life of the mother. When a pregnancy endangers the mother's life, there are only two options: abortion or delivery. Due to medical advancements, it is now nearly always possible to deliver the baby in under half an hour through emergency C-section rather than through a late-term abortion, which typically requires hours or even days to complete. Delivery by C-section is generally substantially faster and therefore more safe for the mother and the child, where the pregnancy results or presents an imminent threat to life. With this in mind, H.R. 3803 provides that the physician must choose the option that is most likely to save the life of both patients, mother and baby. Currently, there are no restrictions on abortions clear up until the moment of birth in the District of Columbia, other than the federal law that bans partial birth abortions, a law that passed by the U.S. Congress and not the D.C. government some years ago. Many Americans are unaware that the unborn child feels pain, and certainly most people believe that they can trust the medical profession to know if the child does, and to administer anesthesia as a basic requirement of human compassion. But in fact, there is no standard legal rule to provide that an unborn child receive anesthesia. This is true whether the child is a wanted child that is undergoing surgery in utero, or whether the child is an unwanted child or other child that is undergoing an abortion. In this respect, unborn children receive less legal protection from completely unnecessary cruelty than farm animals, which have protection under the Humane Slaughter Act. This is barbaric, ladies and gentlemen, and we must not allow it to happen in America. We must enact protections for unborn children to put an end to this, the greatest human rights violation occurring on U.S. soil, the painful, late-term abortion that has already victimized potentially millions of pain-capable unborn Americans since the Supreme Court gave America abortion on demand in 1973.